This recipe is a classic in my opinion. We're combining Oreo cookies, which is America's favorite cookie, and some custard-based ice cream. The vanilla custard, if you are new to making ice cream, is made with lots of egg yolks, and egg yolks help add a creamy, rich texture to the ice cream. Today I'll be showing you not only how to make an ice cream base, and this vanilla ice cream base can be used with any toppings you want, but I'll also show you my secret tricks for getting the Oreo flavor to not only be delicious and combined with the ice cream, but how to get those classic Oreo chunks that we all love in this kind of cookie ice cream. This recipe does use an ice cream maker, but if you don't already have an ice cream maker, it's a great kitchen tool investment. I use mine all the time, so I'll leave a link below in the description for my ice cream maker that I'll use today. If you enjoyed this recipe, don't forget to check out all my other delicious ice cream recipes. I am obsessed with making ice cream, so don't worry, there are quite a few on my channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe and stick around for more videos. Many people think homemade ice cream takes a lot of ingredients, but this recipe only uses 6 things. To start out, we are filling a large bowl with ice to use later as an ice bath. Place an empty bowl on top of the ice and set this aside. Then we're jumping right into making the base, starting with 2.5 cups of heavy cream. Add that to a saucepan and then measure out 1.5 cups of whole milk. Don't skimp and try to buy lower fat products. Ice cream really needs the fat to be creamy, so make sure to stick with whole milk and heavy cream. And then we're adding in 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract and placing the saucepan over medium heat to cook. Meanwhile, while that's cooking, whisk 6 egg yolks together along with 1.25 cup of granulated sugar. Then once the milk and the cream mixture is steaming and there are little bubbles that have formed on the outside of the pot, you'll know that we're ready for the next step. It usually takes about 8 minutes to get to this step. Then we're tempering the eggs to get them up to temperature by adding a scoop of the heavy cream and milk mixture to the eggs and sugar. Make sure to whisk vigorously in order to avoid having scrambled eggs. Tempering just helps get the eggs up to the proper temperature. And then once you've done that a couple times and you feel like the eggs have become hot, it's time to add the eggs back into the cream and the milk. Whisk continuously during this process and allow the eggs to continue to cook so that way they're safe to eat until the ice cream base reaches 180 degrees Fahrenheit on an instant read thermometer. Then it's time to strain the ice cream base by placing a fine mesh strainer over the empty bowl. This helps catch any little bits of eggs that may have become scrambled during this process. It's kind of inevitable to get a few chunks of eggs, so don't worry, this will help ensure a smooth texture for the final product. Then allow the ice cream to continue sitting in the ice bath until it's no longer steaming. Once the ice cream base has cooled down, we'll add some plastic wrap over it and place it in the refrigerator for 4 to 8 hours or even up to overnight until the temperature reaches 40 to 42 degrees Fahrenheit. It's really important to have a cold base before you place it in the ice cream maker, so don't skip this step. Once the ice cream base is at the correct temperature, you can pull out your ice cream maker. Mine has a freezer compressor, so I don't need to pre-freeze the base of the bowl 24 hours in advance, but be aware if you do have that kind of ice cream machine that requires a pre-frozen bowl. Then pour the ice cream base into the ice cream maker and process for 20 to 25 minutes or according to your manufacturer's directions. While that's churning, it's time to crush up some Oreos. You'll need 14 ounces of Oreo sandwich cookies and you'll place them in a Ziploc bag. Then, using a rolling pin, smash the cookies into bite-sized pieces. It may be tempting to use a food processor or a blender for this step, but that will result in too fine of Oreos. You really want those big chunks that are reminiscent in the cookies and cream ice cream that we all love. At this point, we're about 3 minutes out from the ice cream finishing. We're going to go ahead and add in 3/4 cup of the crushed Oreos. This allows the flavors to start combining and it gives the base a nice hint of Oreo taste. Let that churn for the remaining time, and then once your ice cream is complete, it should be about soft serve consistency. At this point, you'll want to grab a storage container along with the rest of the chopped up Oreos, and we're going to start layering in a little bit of the ice cream along with a scoop of Oreo cookies. This technique gives us a great texture in the final ice cream. Like I mentioned earlier, I love the big chunks of cookie that you get when you bite into this ice cream, and this process is helping us achieve that. Continue layering the cookies and the ice cream until you have no ingredients remaining. And then at this point, the ice cream is obviously a bit soft, so we are placing it back into the freezer to cure or harden up for a couple of hours. Once it's set, the ice cream can be eaten right away, or you can store it in an airtight container in the freezer for up to 2 to 3 weeks. We have loved eating this ice cream. In fact, I want to just keep making this recipe because it's so good. If you are interested in making a homemade version of Oreo ice cream yourself, the full recipe along with tips and tricks is linked in the description below. I can't wait to hear your review.